Hello there and welcome. I'm the account manager, Michelle Goldsmith. So I'm the account management lead at Silicon Practice. Thank you very much for joining this session on how digital tools can support people living with and beyond cancer. So over the next 30 minutes, we'll explore challenges in cancer care and how technology can complement the compassionate work that you already deliver. Please feel free to pop any questions or reflections in the Q&A on the left as we go. And if we'll have time at the end, so we'll be able to cover as many as we can. Okay, so here's the journey that we're going to take over the next half an hour. So I'll start with a quick introduction to Silicon Practice, who we are and how our experience in digital healthcare has led us to focus on oncology. We'll explore the pressures facing cancer services, rising patient numbers, complex treatment pathways, and the information burden on both staff and patients. And I'll highlight why traditional approaches alone aren't enough. And next, then, we'll discuss how well-timed, bite-sized information delivered through apps and portals can reduce anxiety, improve decision-making, and empower patients throughout their journey. I'll share real examples from trusts and charities already using digital tools to support cancer pathways, along with the benefits that they're seeing for both patients and staff. And then finally, we'll wrap up with any questions and a short checklist that you'll be able to take away with you to help you assess any opportunities for introducing or scaling digital support in your own service. Excuse me. Okay, so before we have a look at the challenges in cancer care, just a quick introduction into who we are and why we're talking to you today. So, Silicon Practice has been working alongside the NHS for more than 2 decades, and we started with patient facing websites and online consultation, video consultation solutions. We've evolved into building healthcare apps that help manage communication, education, and workflow. And we now support over 100 NHS organisations, from community teams right through to larger acute trusts, with tools to make it easier to keep patients informed and help staff focus on direct care rather than admin. So over the last couple of years, we've been working closely with oncology clinicians, CNSs, and patient representatives to develop solutions that fit the unique needs of cancer services, from diagnosis right through to treatment and into recovery. So everything we design is built with 3 priorities. So accessibility, so that every patient, regardless of digital confidence, can use it. Security, because we know how sensitive cancer information is. And also evidence-based design. So we're grounding features in patient feedback and also published research. Our aim is to complement and not replace the personal and compassionate care that you're already providing every day. So let's set the scene with what's happening in cancer care right now. So first of all, people are living longer after a cancer diagnosis thanks to earlier detection and advances like targeted therapy and immunotherapy. Survival rates continue to improve. Macmillan projects that by 2030, over 4 million people in the UK will be living with or beyond cancer, which is great news, but it also means that people need personalised support over a longer period of time. Secondly, treatment pathways are becoming increasingly complex. A single patient may have surgery, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, immunotherapy, or a combination of all of these and across different locations and teams. So coordinating all of that and making sure that patients understand what's happening, of course, is a huge task. And then thirdly, there are the workforce pressures. So clinical nurse specialists and other oncology staff carry very high caseloads. So even with extraordinary commitment, it's difficult to give every patient the one-on-one time that they'd ideally like. And finally, patients themselves face information overload. They've had they've been handed leaflets, appointment letters, verbal explanations, but of course it's easy for those key points to get lost, especially when someone is anxious or tired from treatment. Many people have told us that they leave the clinic thinking, well, what was it they said again about the side effects and other questions like that. And all of these trends mean that we need smarter, more scalable ways to support people, so without losing that human touch. And this is where carefully designed digital tools can really make a difference. So before we have a look at solutions, it's worth pausing on what happens when we rely on traditional channels for patient information and support. So paper leaflets and printed packs have been the backbone for patient education for years. Of course, they're helpful in the moment, but they're easy to lose. And once they've been printed, they can become outdated very quickly. So if guidance changes, for example, a new side effect management protocol, we need to reprint, redistribute, and hope that then every copy is the right version. Next, there's the sheer volume of phone calls and emails that cancer teams receive. So many patients just need a small piece of reassurance or clarification, yet they may sit on hold or leave messages, and clinicians spend precious time then going through and repeating information that would have been available elsewhere. Another challenge is timeliness. So a lot of advice is given verbally in appointments. So if patients then forget or need help out of hours, there's often no easy way for them to find accurate guidance straight away, and that gap can then increase anxiety or even lead to unnecessary A&E attendances. So if people aren't sure whether a symptom is serious. And then finally, there's an information burden on both sides. So patients can receive large amounts of detail when they're stressed or unwell, and then only part of it sticks. Meanwhile, staff are repeating the same messages. They feel that they're sort of repeating themselves dozens of times a week, which contributes to the fatigue and limits capacity for more complex support. And these pain points highlight why services are looking for complementary modern ways to give patients the help that they need, while also protecting staff and staff time and well-being. So let's have a look at how one NHS trust is already making a difference with digital support. So this case study comes from Shrewsbury and Telford Hospitals NHS Trust, who provide district hospital services for almost 500,000 people across Shropshire, Telford and Wrekin and parts of Mid Wales. With over 700 beds and a wide network of outreach services, their challenge was clear. So it's how to give patients, families and carers consistent information across and consistent and accessible information even across multiple hospitals, teams and departments. Working with Silicon Practice, they've developed a cancer services app as part of their wider umbrella app. Each app inside this platform serves a specific audience or pathway, but all sit within one easy to manage container. So for oncology, that meant a dedicated space where patients and carers could find information about treatment and services, contact details for key staff, emergency procedures, and also links to trusted support organizations. This app isn't just for patients. So SATF also uses the platform to support staff, has an internal training resources, policies, procedures, HR information, also events. That's all in one place. So this dual use made the solution more sustainable and also valuable. Leah Morgan, their personalised care and cancer improvement facilitator, has explained why they chose an app as part of the long-term sort of NHS plan. Um, there's a strong focus on personalised care and on giving people access to health and wellbeing information at the right time. So initially, their app was designed mainly around treatments and team details, but that's then grown into a central channel for communication, benefiting both patients, staff, and also the wider community as well. So as Leah put it, was that people can access information to improve patient experience, and that's exactly the goal. So giving people clarity, reassurance, and support, whether they're starting treatment or navigating life beyond cancer. So next, let's have a look at how the Royal Surrey NHS Foundation Trust transformed their approach to supporting people with advanced or metastatic cancer. The enhanced supportive care, so the ESC service, was launched at the Royal Surrey in 2019 to give patients faster access to expertise on managing the side effects of cancer and its treatments. When COVID-19 struck, face-to-face contact became a lot harder. So the ESC team, with help from the Kent, Surrey, Sussex Academic Health Science Network, searched for a way to gather patient-reported outcomes remotely while still offering personalised support. They chose to co-design an app with Silicon Practice, so it was then Piotr. Um, the solution lets patients complete the MSAS SF symptom questionnaire on their own device before appointments, and this provides clear updates on reminders, trusted guidance materials, and also signposting to supportive services. This change reduced the time spent on paperwork in the clinic. So this let him staff focus on what patients said really mattered. Importantly, patients who preferred not to use the app could still complete paper forms or receive printed information. Digital support was an addition, so it wasn't a barrier. A real-world evaluation by Unity Insights found promising results. So 24% of patients were interested in the app, 16% registered, and every patient who gave feedback rated it good or great, and they said that they'd recommend it. Emma Dillsworth, the ESC project manager, summarized it well. So she said that after 2 years, the app is embedded in our service and we can see the potential to expand its use moving forward. And ESC clinical nurse Joanne Thompson noted that having an overview of the patient's symptoms before consultation means that we can actually focus on what's most important to them. And this case shows how digital tools can strengthen shared decision making and personalised care, even in the challenging context of advanced cancer. So, how can digital solutions help us address those pain points that we've just discussed? So, firstly, they give patients a single trusted source of truth. Instead of juggling leaflets, websites, old letters, they have one secure place where they know the guidance is correct and current. It also helps staff, so everyone is speaking from the same page, and that reduces conflicting messages. And secondly, digital tools provide 24/7 access, whether it's 2 p.m., 2 a.m. Patients and their families are able to check reliable information to see what to do about side effects or remind themselves of appointment instructions. That reassurance can make a huge difference outside of normal clinic hours. And next are notification and reminders. This is simple prompts, for example, a reminder of a local support group, and that can prevent small issues from becoming bigger ones. And finally, it's important to stress that digital tools are designed to support and not replace the human care that oncology professionals already provide. By taking away those repetitive admin and also standard information sharing, it's freeing up staff to focus on complex decisions and emotional conversations and the areas where your expertise and empathy really shine. When used well, digital technology becomes an extension of a team, making it easier for everyone to give or receive the right support. So, one of the most powerful aspects of digital tools is how they can deliver the right information at exactly the right moment. So, instead of giving patients a huge bundle of material at diagnosis, which may not be relevant until months later, an app can tailor the content to their journey. So, for example, if somebody's just been diagnosed, they might receive a simple overview of their pathway, a short video explaining treatment choices. Then, as they move into chemotherapy or radiotherapy, it can have more detailed guidance and tips would then appear for them. So a good design also means information is structured and easy to find. So patients can browse by a topic, search for a symptom, or they can save favorites so they're not scrolling endlessly when tired or anxious. Another advantage is the ability to stage the release of information. So rather than flooding patients with everything at once, you can drip feed what's needed at each step. So, for example, a checklist for preparing for surgery and then post-op care instructions after discharge. We also have the chance to cater for different learning styles. So a quick video, an illustrated step-by-step guide, or even an audio version for people who prefer to listen. This flexibility ensures support reaches a wider range of patients and carers. Above all, when patients receive timely, clear information, it can reduce the anxiety and increase confidence as well. They know what's happening now and what to expect next, which makes people feel more in control of their experience. So once patients move from diagnosis into active treatment, their needs shift again. They're often coping with a demanding schedule, so chemotherapy cycles, radiotherapy sessions, blood tests, follow-ups, alongside everyday life. And digital tools can give them the structure and reassurance and an extra safety net as well. A major side effect, a major area is side effect guidance. So apps can present clear, bite-sized advice, even advice on common issues like nausea, mouth soreness, skin reactions, or fatigue. Um, Instead of searching the internet and risking misinformation, patients can get trusted information and content designed by their own clinical team. Another vital feature is symptom reporting. Patients can log temperature, pain, or other symptoms in real time via secure feedback forms, and this can help services catch complications early. Reminders and prompts can be hugely valuable too. So notifications can nudge patients to bring in a blood form to the clinic, and these small cues can prevent treatment delays and make the patient feel supported between appointments. We also shouldn't underestimate the importance of well-being and emotional support. So short breathing exercises, guided relaxation audio, or even light exercise suggestions can help people manage stress and keep a sense of control. And finally, clear pathways to contact the right person at the right time are essential. So a prominent call your CNS button or a quick access 24/7 helpline makes it easy for patients to get the advice that they are unsure about for a symptom. By combining, excuse me, by combining safety monitoring, education, and emotional support, digital tools can make the treatment phase less daunting and more manageable for both patients and staff. So after treatment ends or active treatment ends, patients often describe the feeling as being cut adrift. The appointments become less frequent, but anxieties about reoccurrence or lingering side effects can be very real. Stage 3 is about helping people recover and live well, supporting them as they rebuild strength and confidence. One area where digital tools shine is in gradual return to strength. So, personalized tips about pacing activity, rebuilding stamina, and healthy nutrition can help people take control of their recovery journey. Emotional well-being is another major focus. So, guided mindfulness sessions, gentle self-help modules, or peer stories can help normalize what patients are feeling. Some may benefit from links to local or national support groups, giving them somewhere to talk and also connect. Education on late effects and reoccurrent signs also matters. So, apps can provide easy to understand modules on what to watch for and encourage people to seek advice early if something doesn't feel right. Building a sense of community is often transformative. So, moderated forums or small virtual meetups give patients a safe space to exchange tips, celebrate milestones, or even share setbacks. And by focusing on physical health, emotional resilience, and clear information, we can make survivorship a positive, hopeful chapter rather than an uncertain one. Okay, so now we would love to hear from you. Where do you think digital could make the most meaningful impact on your own cancer pathways? It might be supporting newly diagnosed patients, improving communication between clinicians, or helping families feel more informed and involved. If you could pop your thoughts in the chat, or if you prefer, use the poll that will pop up on the screen. This is a chance to reflect on today's themes and also consider what would make the biggest difference in your service. So I'll give you a few moments to do that.
Hi, Michelle. So the results are in, and the number one biggest challenge in supporting cancer patients was information overload and timing.
Yep. No, that is a big issue, and absolutely we agree, because that's something we've discussed here too, as we said earlier too. So thank you very much. Okay. So in that case, we'll just move on. So thank you very much. Okay, so just to let you know as well, we have pulled together a practical resource to help you get started. So thank you for that feedback there. It's 5 steps to launching a cancer support app. It's a concise checklist covering the essentials, so accessing your service needs and goals, involving patients and carers from the start, building staff support, planning who owns and updates the content, and continuously measuring engagement so you can refine over time. You can scan the QR code on the screen, so it should be shown for you now, to download it. It's completely free, and it should help you take the first steps or strengthen the digital solutions that you already have in place. So I'll just leave that there for a second so you can download it if you wanted to. Okay, and I'll move in. Obviously, we'll send you a copy anyway. But thank you very much for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and we hope that the ideas that we've shared have sparked some inspiration about how digital tools can support people living with and beyond cancer. We will send you the webinar recording, as I just said there, and the 5 steps to launching a cancer support app guide. Before we wrap up completely, the floor is now open for Q&A, so please feel free to submit your questions via the box on the left, and we'll do our best to answer as many as we can. So thank you very much.
So we have had a question come through. Can you, Michelle, can you hear me okay?
Can hear you okay? Yep.
Apologies, my mute button was being a bit funny. What are the cost implications?
So do you want me to say that one, Michelle?
Yes, I was going to say, I'll hand this over to Carl. It's perfect for you.
Hi everyone, I'm Carl. I'm the Business Development Manager for the app side of Silicon Practice. So the apps depend on the number of users, so it's in price bands. So you're looking at, for up to 500 users, roughly £2,250 per year for the app, and that's including the development of the app and the launching of it in one of our container apps. Obviously, if it's something you're interested in, we're quite happy to arrange a meeting with you to go over, see what you're looking for, and then we can give you a full proposal on that. So I hope that answers the question, Elaine.
Thank you. I had another one come in. Do the apps help reduce missed appointments or delays?
So again, do you want me to take that one, Michelle? Yep,
Yes,
no
please.
worries.
Thank you.
So yeah, so depending how you, because the apps can be configured like differently for each area or department. So you can obviously send reminders to patients if you're getting registered users on the apps, because there's different ways of actually setting it up. You can have a public app, so anyone can download it, see the content. But if you want to like send reminders, send like bespoke information, you can also have registered users. So you can send individual users or groups specific information. So depending on how you're setting, but yes, it can contribute towards, helping avoid missed appointments.
Thank you, Carl. I'm just going back to the price question again. I'm assuming it means price. Does the price reduce then after the first year?
No, it's a price per annum. So it's 2250 per annum for the 0 to 500 users.
Thanks, Carl. Sorry, I've just noticed as well, just the poll that we launched, people have very helpfully said that one of their biggest challenges is providing timely information and also updating on support services, for example, support groups. So I think the apps would definitely help in that area there.
Elaine's also asked for more than 500. So depends. So there's different bands, Elaine. So the next band up is 501 to 1500, and that's 3750. And then you can go obviously up to unlimited. So it really depends on the area. We've actually got on the back end CMS where you can get all reports on the interactions and the content, what's being engaged with from the users. You can see how many active users you've got. So yeah, but so we're more than happy to have a chat with you outside this to look at the number of users for you.
Thanks, Carl. No problem, Elaine. Thank you for your questions. So I don't think we've got any more questions coming in. So as Michelle said, we will be following up with a recording of this webinar, the 5 steps to launching a cancer support app checklist, and also the slides from today's session. So please feel free to share them with any colleagues that you think may find it useful. We will be hosting plenty more webinars in the new year, so please do keep an eye out for any emails. You can also follow us on socials, in particular LinkedIn, and we do promote any learning opportunities on there as well. So thank you so much for everyone's time this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks all.